Sandie Shaw, the iconic British pop singer of the 1960s, is often remembered for her melodic voice, chart-topping hits, and distinctive barefoot performances. Emerging as one of the UK's leading female artists, she dazzled audiences with hits like There's Always Something There to Remind Me and her Eurovision-winning Puppet on a String. But behind the glamour of fame, she faced a tumultuous financial journey, losing her entire fortune. Join us as Facts First UK presents Sandie Shaw is 76. Look at her now after she lost all her money. Career highlights. Sandie Shaw was born Sandra Ann Goodrich on February 26, 1947, in Dagenham, Essex. She grew up in a working-class environment in Dagenham, but as a child she demonstrated a natural talent for singing. She was part of her school's choir and frequently participated in local talent shows. She worked at the local Ford factory and also as a part-time model before getting her first break in the music industry. She was discovered by Adam Faith, a popular singer of that era, and his manager Eve Taylor. In 1964, under the guidance of Taylor, she released her debut single, As Long as You're Happy Baby, which didn't chart. However, her follow-up single, a cover of There's Always Something There to Remind Me by Burt Bacharach and Hal David, skyrocketed to the #1 spot on the UK singles chart. This marked the beginning of her successful career in music. She followed up with other big hits like Girl Don't Come, I'll Stop at Nothing, and Tomorrow. In 1967, she represented the UK at the Eurovision Song Contest with Puppet on a String and clinched a victory. The song not only became an international hit, but also her third UK #1. This win made her the first person to bring the Eurovision trophy home to Britain. Sandie worked with some of the most renowned songwriters and producers of her era. For instance, she collaborated with the songwriting duo Chris Andrews and Jeff Stevens, who penned several of her hits. After a lull in her career in the 1970s, Sandie Shaw made a comeback in the 80s, teaming up with the alternative rock band The Smiths. Her cover of their song Hand in Glove in 1984 showed her ability to adapt to new styles of music. Throughout her career, she received several awards and recognitions. In 2017, she was honored with the Ivor Novello Award for her outstanding contribution to British music, further acknowledging her legacy. While Sandie Shaw may be best known for her 1960s hits, she continued to be involved in the music industry, recording and performing throughout the subsequent decades. Her songs have been covered by a variety of artists from different generations, emphasizing her long-lasting influence on British pop music. Financial struggles. Sandie faced a series of personal and financial trials that severely impacted her once flourishing career. Central to these challenges was her relationship with her first husband, Jeff Banks. Banks, who later became a prominent fashion designer, married Sandie in 1968. At the time, Banks was still establishing his foothold in the world of fashion. As they joined their lives, he began taking a more active role in managing Sandie's finances and her career. The fusion of personal and professional spheres, though not uncommon in the entertainment world, can sometimes lead to complexities and conflicts, and this was evident in their relationship. Together, the couple embarked on several ambitious business endeavors. They combined their respective talents in music and fashion to set up enterprises that aimed to synergize these worlds. While the initial idea was promising, the execution and management were flawed. Their joint business faced difficulties, and neither their fashion nor their music enterprises managed to find stable ground. Beyond the realm of their business, there were also alleged instances of financial mismanagement and poorly judged investments. Their lavish lifestyle added to the drain on resources. As the ventures began to falter, the accumulated debts started piling up. This eventually led their ventures into liquidation, wiping out a significant portion of Sandie's earnings, which she had amassed through her successful music career. The financial downturn took a toll on their relationship. They divorced in 1978 after a decade of marriage. By this point, Sandie's financial situation had deteriorated so much, she found herself on the brink of bankruptcy. She was compelled to sell her home and some personal assets to navigate through this challenging period. The trauma of losing her fortune was profound. It wasn't just about money. It was about trust, betrayal, and the pressure of rebuilding her life from the ground up. In subsequent interviews and discussions, Sandie Shaw has opened up about the emotional and psychological toll this period took on her. Barefoot. Sandie Shaw is often remembered not only for her chart-topping hits, but also her unique stage persona, which included her penchant for performing barefoot. This became one of the defining characteristics of her public image during the height of her career. The barefoot image wasn't a carefully crafted marketing strategy. Sandie Shaw began performing without shoes somewhat by chance. In one of her early performances on TV, she was wearing shoes that she found uncomfortable. She decided to remove them and perform barefoot. The look caught on, and her audience loved it. For many, Shaw's bare feet became a symbol of authenticity and naturalness. In an era characterized by the rise of counterculture and a yearning for authenticity, her unadorned feet fit perfectly into the zeitgeist of the 60s. The media soon began referring to her as the barefoot pop princess or the barefoot singer. The moniker stuck, and for a significant portion of her career, audiences expected to see her perform without shoes. When Sandie Shaw represented the UK in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1967, there was significant media attention around whether she'd perform Puppet on a String barefoot. She eventually chose to wear shoes for the performance, but the speculation only highlighted how integral the barefoot image had become to her public persona. While the barefoot look was certainly a defining feature, it's crucial to note that her success wasn't just because of this quirk. Her powerful voice and the quality of her songs were the primary drivers of her popularity. In interviews and discussions later on, Sandie has expressed mixed feelings about the barefoot image. While recognizing its role in setting her apart from other artists, she also emphasized there was much more to her music as an artist than this single trait. Sandie through the decades. In 1991, Shaw released her autobiography titled The World at My Feet, where she candidly discussed her life, career, and personal struggles. Sandie Shaw transitioned to a career in psychotherapy in the 90s. She trained and qualified as a psychotherapist and started her practice. Her experiences in the spotlight and the music industry, combined with her therapeutic training, gave her a unique perspective, especially when working with clients from the entertainment world. Shaw has been an active advocate for artists' rights. She served as a director of the Featured Artists Coalition, an organization in the UK that champions the rights of music artists. In this capacity, she has been vocal about various issues affecting artists, including copyright, digital streaming revenues, and the overall treatment of artists in the digital age. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Sandie Sink? What's your favorite memory of her? Let us know in the comment section below.